Hello and welcome to Sage and Stone Homestead. If you have not met me yet, my name is Heather and we are going to be canning one of the most fun things to can, I think, ever. You always hear that you can't can dairy. There actually is a little bit of dairy in this lemon curd recipe, and it's also thicker than I thought you could safely can things. But this is an approved recipe. I got it off the National Center for Home Food Preservation. I will link it below. I do happen to have a double boiler, but you do not need one in order to do this recipe. You can fashion your own double boiler with a pot and then a bowl that is a little bit bigger than the pot so that your curd is cooked essentially on top of a steam, but we'll get into that. I have gotten into the habit of printing out the recipes that I am trying to cook. There's something about looking at a little phone screen that's getting harder and harder for me to do. So I've got it all printed out here and we're going to be following along. Now it does call for super fine sugar. I don't have that. I just use regular sugar. It might take a little bit longer to dissolve, but I think that's okay. It also calls for optional lemon zest, which I do not have, but I think it would be delicious. Funny thing too is I don't actually have very many laying hens that are actively laying right now. This is really what's going to be my favorite way to preserve eggs when our new chickens start laying. It really should be any time now. We just got 17 new layers in the beginning of the year and 4 ducks, and they are laying breed ducks, and so pretty soon we're going to be covered up in our own eggs, but these eggs are from the Amish farm up the road. I need a total of 11 for this recipe, 4 whole and 7 yolks. And because these are farm fresh eggs, I do want to crack them into a separate container first because you never know. Honestly, this probably isn't bad practice with any kind of egg. I have definitely had some bad store-bought eggs too, for one reason or another. Now I only need 4 of these to be whole, and the rest of them I need the yolks. There are several different ways in which you can separate your yolk from the egg. I find that the easiest way is just to put the egg in a bowl and grab your yolk with impeccably clean hands. Sometimes that white likes to hang on, but it's pretty simple. You can buy fancy little things I've seen where the people will take like an empty water bottle and suck up the yolk. This works. Oh, it's so tiny. This is a little yolk. It must have been a new layer. Because that one is a little bit smaller, I think I'm going to add in an extra. Yeah, that one's little too. Alright, get these all mixed up. I am going to start my water going on the double boiler back here. Gorgeous orange color. I hope that's coming through. Farm fresh eggs. They're the best. Mix in the sugar, as always. Make a mess or it doesn't count. I know this is gonna look crazy full. I have done this recipe in this little double boiler before, so it will work. When you do this recipe, it's important that you use bottled lemon juice, or you can also use the bottled lime juice. Why it's important that you use the bottled juice is because if you use fresh lemons, they don't have like a standard acidity. That's going to vary a lot lemon to lemon depending on how it's grown, how old the lemon is, and things like that. This is a standard acidity, and that is what the safety of this recipe is based on. I am working with lemon juice today. I have done this with lime juice and it's delicious. 1 cup of lemon juice going in, and then 3/4 of a cup of butter. Woo! Making messes still. It smells so great already. My butter is cold. The recipe says to use cold butter. You're just going to be heating it up, so I imagine if you use room temperature butter, it's not going to matter too much. My butter is from the fridge and from the store. I have used goat butter in this recipe before, but I bought 36 pounds of this cow's milk butter from the Amish end of year sale last year, and I want to make sure that I use it up. Alright, my boiler is boiling, as you can probably see. Let's look at the rest of the butter in here. I need to turn this down so it's not too crazy. I know most people probably use this front burner. Mine's broken. It will turn on, but it's stuck on high, and I want to be able to adjust the temperature. I need to be stirring this constantly so that heat the curd evenly, and we're going to heat it up to 170 degrees. I'm gonna sit here and stir and let everything heat up and cook up while I tell you about this collaboration. This video is part of Jar It Up July, which is a really fun collaboration put on by City Girl Homestead and the Inquisitive Farm Wife. Superb is also sponsoring the collaboration, and thank you so much to all the hosts and sponsors. As frequently happens with these collaborations, there is an opportunity for you to win prizes by participating. So there is a collaboration playlist where there's a whole bunch of different channels sharing their recipes and inspiration as far as canning goes. In order to win one of many prizes, you're going to want to watch all the videos and make your genuine heartfelt comments under each. On the 25th of July, the Inquisitive Farm Wife is going to go live on her channel, and this is where the winners for the different prizes will be drawn. So again, in the description box and in the pinned comment below, I'm going to place the playlist. It's definitely not too late to catch up. And while you're at it, my affiliate code for Superb is down there too. These are genuinely my most favorite canning lids, and they have recently sent me some canning jars, which are heavier than the other jars that I have in my collection, and I think they are quickly becoming my favorite. All right, so we are heated up to 170 degrees. I'm gonna shut off the burner, remove the curd from the heat. It took about 20 minutes to heat up, and it might take a little bit longer if you are using eggs that are like from the refrigerator. Right now it's not as thick as it will be once everything is all set, but this is where we want it to be. And I am going to strain this through this stainless strainer here. I have skipped the straining part, but there can sometimes be little bits of egg and things that ruin the texture of the end curd. So we're going to take that step today. The recipe says that it will do 4 of these half-pint jars. Sometimes I get close to 6. So we'll see where we get today. I need to fill them to 1/2 inch headspace, so 1/2 inch of airspace at the top of the jar. Don't worry about the drips, we'll deal with those in a little bit. See those little bits of egg in the strainer? That's what we wanted to strain out. Underneath, our curd is nice and smooth. If you are new here, making a mess is part of my standard. It just is what it is. And we need to clean up the mess on the lip of these jars so that the jars will seal. So I've just put some vinegar on a paper towel here. And we'll wipe the rims of the jars, because if the rims are not clean, our jars are not going to seal. I'm not sure if you've seen on the Superb website, but you can buy their lids in a box like this, or you can buy them in the baker's dozen. And they actually sell these at the store near me. So I get 2 of these every year. One in the narrow mouth, or the regular mouth. I always call it narrow mouth. It's not correct. And then one in the wide mouth. So I'm going to pull from my stack here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lids. That beautiful blue gummy ring in there. They're not stingy on that sealing material. I'll put these rings on fingertip tight, like so. And then I am loading everything up in my steam canner. If you have not tried or even heard of steam canning, I do have a video on that. I will never go back to water bath canning. This is so fast, especially when you're doing multiple batches of different things in a day. This is a real big time saver, and this is not as heavy as a regular water bath canner. So I've got it heating up. You might see a little bit of steam starting to form here. I'm gonna put the lid on, bring it to temp, and these need to either steam or water bath can for 15 minutes. Beautiful sound, isn't it? I get a lot of questions all the time on how we eat this. The answer is with a spoon, but I know that there are a lot of recipes using lemon curd. Someone told me about lemon curd cheesecake. I have to try that. Anywho, make sure you check out the collaboration playlist in the description box below. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you guys again soon.